Welcome to Biz Wire. I'm Joseph Nordstrom in Beijing. Even as the Eurozone is just barely pulling itself out of its debt and currency crisis, most people there are reluctant to accept Chinese investment. President of the European Union Chamber of Commerce in China, Davide Cucino, says many European firms would choose to be bought out by another European or U.S. company instead than a Chinese one. Nonetheless, Chinese firms, both state-owned and privately held, have been actively shopping for European investments. But Cucino says there still remains a feeling of uncertainty when considering an investment that comes from China. He says in Europe there are unions, government leaders, as well as public opinion that are reluctant to see beyond the negative aspects to see the positive side of these investments. Cucino believes the Chinese government has a good strategy of trying to acquire more global companies that have much to teach their new owners. Now, the past year or so has seen more of China's privately owned companies following their state-owned and sovereign wealth fund counterparts in overseas direct investment in Europe. Indeed, 2013 saw Chinese private investment double to over $2 billion. Private equity firm A Capital looks at the globalization of the Chinese economy and compiles the Dragon Index. This has become a key reference indicator for Chinese investments worldwide. A Capital says while private firms have increased their European activities, Chinese mergers and acquisitions in Europe overall fell 36% to $6.5 billion last year. Minister Counselor of the Chinese Embassy in London, Zhou Xiaoming, says many private Chinese companies have invested in high-end manufacturing, infrastructure, property, and research and development centers in the UK. In fact, Zhou says Chinese investment in the UK reached over $13 billion over the past 2 years, with private firms playing an ever-expanding role. Among the many deals, Wanda Group, a diversified real estate and entertainment company, plans to invest up to $5 billion in regeneration projects in Britain. Wanda has already invested $1 billion to build a 5-star hotel in London by the River Thames, as well as buying a 92% share of yacht maker Sunseeker International for roughly $500 million. Wanda is owned by China's second richest man, Wang Jianlin, who in 2012 bought American movie theater chain AMC for $2.5 billion. While sometimes it's hard to distinguish state-backed from private firms in China, there is less resistance to acquisitions that don't explicitly involve the communist government. The current group of top officials in Beijing appears to be more in favor of private enterprise, so look for the current investment trend to continue. You're watching Biz Wire on the Blue Ocean Network, China's first and only privately owned English-language broadcast media. Our full episode can be seen on our website, BONTV/biz-wire. Let's turn now to Neil Jones for a quick look at a few stories that are buzzing through the markets.